A multifaceted response to loss. A grievance with fortitude that is so lost in a world that is running rampant in a monotone living management that declares itself a new worldview that says desensitization is a reality, so you might as well get used to it. But I want to tell you about neglect and the overall severity of the code that is the apathy of auspiciousness and the darkness that reigns of you that parades itself on a rerun inside your head as if it were televised from the future back from the past. And we're living on grief in a somber pain-filled epitaph of a world that's delunt and cheerless, and we're bereft of joy because this is what we're living through. It's loss, and it's the human condition, and every moment is confused. Should we be touched with mercy or with a measure of joy, or so should our social intentions be the interactions related to the aspects of the moment's conditions wherein we are adapting to the presence of the identifiers of bereavement and a scientific atonement of a 5-page theory that says life and love. There is no professor that can tell you the psychology of conduct wherein the decades where your life will know the beautiful story of love should be lived and how it should be told by you while you're living in an ugly copy that says the form of coping is bodness in addition to sadness, and is coined so many things that ought to be existing in the research of a major supported investment that is a military reliance training program to recovery. And this is chronic dysfunction. My hands are jittery and my pain is lingering. It's inside my head and in my heart, and it's shooting up and down my legs, and I'm contorted to bow before the throne of Lord Ominous. And he is sitting upon the dark auspiciousness that my eyes can't neglect the future remake in a rerun and a blast from the past as if the future was tomorrow, and we'll never find it because we're granted something else in the moment, and that is the prolongment of suffering and the ability to function, and a 7-year itch that says touch me. I'm a symptom of your distress, and the adjustment of your trauma is genuine confusion and a phenomenon that says the evidence of grief is something other than depression. And this is the sub-threshold of psychology wherein love is found out only to be temporary, and then it lasts. You find out how long only because you don't live in the moment and you're forgotten how to adapt in a 5-page theory that says know thyself, know the tragedy of the human condition, and accept the bargain of your anger that is infused with hope that describes your untested self, and the perseverance of framework that says joy is no phantom, and it is not chronically malfunctioning. It is not overcome by grief. It is resilience, and you are recovering, and you are complete. And that's not a gradual assumption built off the symptom of having someone else's hand to expose your life to and adapt. This is the truth, that you can be complete on your own, but someone else must mend you. And the ever-decreasing distress of the moments where we adjust to prolonged suffering, therein we find the ability to function, because it is perseverance that tells us that the delayed response to the diagnosis of a terminal illness that is the chronic state of a catastrophe that will say love only lasts so long. So the 5 stages of denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Skip a few and observe the moment, adjust, and experience the life over death, and not an empirical mode of support to study. This is acknowledged by the inadvertent debunking of the 5 stages wherein the pre-reviewed studies gave a mass majority of grievance to resilience, and this is where your life should live. It's not an MRI or a screen or a scan. This is the cortex of your heart, and it's breaking, and the frontal lobe of your mind is shattering, and you're activating everything to feel. Stimulate me because I'm lost, in an appeal to overcome the desolate grievance that's within. This is the pain of my assumptions that I won't feel this way again, and then I am somber. In the morning, when the sun rises red, as if 1,000 manifest destinies were silent in the shuddering of a planet. A planet named Mercy. A boat adrift at sea was sunk in a channel. A channel changed as we were rewriting a forlorn past to the history of now before the throne of Lord Ominous, where we are bowed, a contortionist, knee bent over backwards or contorted forward. We create in the void that says, please, please rerun our lives. We're not heroic anymore. We just want to exist in the dark auspiciousness of neglect and not feel anymore. Granted, the torment is too much in this moment, and I will never adapt my heart to the past of this memory again. She is too beautiful. No, she was, and I exist in this moment as if she was still alive, as if she could come back again, and I remember everything in the cortex of my congealated interior existence that says, I won't risk this severe reaction ever again. My life must be a mainstay course of precedence in a reaction that says grief. It's too much loss, it's breathtaking and it's difficult, and my abdomen is pain, and I don't want to take my life in another bout of suicide where the trenches of my wrist were cut open and my heart bled straight off the rolled back sleeve. And this is the complicated life of one who writes and bleeds and feels as if there was some sort of malignant signs of a disease that's so decrepit it tells you that death is coming, but it's not numbness. So detach yourself from the bitterness of selfishness and give over yourself to joy. And this is the life of non-depression and the deep sadness that might come out about the routine checks that are withdrawing themselves from social activities because all you want to do is live with purpose, and that is somewhat irritating because you must find it in a world that says every symptom of selfish should be stomped out. Conform or remain silent or be put in a clinic. These are the complications of our current bereavement and the human condition.